Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Reads. If you are new on here, please consider pressing that red subscribe button down below and joining the family. But if you are an oldie member of the fam, welcome back fam, and thank you for joining me once more. On today's video, I'm just doing a very quick July wrap up because July did me dirty. If you're interested in the books that I managed to read in July, please do stay tuned.
So Vuvu_reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you are returning, welcome back fam.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
So I managed to finish a total of 3 books in July, coming off of a very good June that was kind of heartbreaking for me. What's wrong with me? And one of them I had already started in June, so technically, you know, for me though, when I count wrap-ups, I do definitely consider when the book was finished. So for me, if I finish it in July, it forms part of the July wrap-up. It does not matter if I started it in January. If I finish it in July, then it forms part of the July wrap-up. So that's how I order my stuff. So one of the books I did actually start in June. I know, but you know what, I do think I did experience a little bit of a slump, but I fought through it. I really fought through it because this year is the year that is giving in terms of my reading experience, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I was not trying to slow down for nobody, even though I did kind of dip, but I was like, no, we will continue to read. So the book that I am mentioning that I started in June is definitely, I'll put it up here somewhere. I always don't know what to do with my hands there. I'll put it up here somewhere. It's book 4 in the Hunger Games series, which is A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by, why did I forget her name? Sorry guys, let me just get her name. I forgot her name. Okay, a name came to my mind, but I'm like, definitely it does not sound right to me. So by Suzanne Collins. Yes, Suzanne Collins. Just trying to check if it's the right thing. Okay, child. Okay, yes, it is. So it's publication wise, it is definitely book number 4, right, in order of publication. However, this is the prequel to the whole Hunger Games. In this one, we follow Snow, who was the president of Pan Am when the Hunger Games situation did start off. He is kind of like Katniss's nemesis, and we get a little bit of a background on how the Hunger Games came to be, on what his background was, why he had this desire for power, how it played out in his younger life, and perhaps in showing us that aspect, Suzanne was trying to show us how an adult could become that person, and how this society morphed into a place where this type of behavior was somewhat applauded and accepted, right, by those who were in power or in a higher ranking in class. For me personally though, it was not my favorite, and I do want to say with this series I am kind of lukewarm about it. Okay, I did not absolutely hate the series. I also did not fall in love with it as much as I thought I would. I definitely loved book 1, and definitely I think book 2 was also a good follow-up, right? For me, sequels are usually a hit or miss. Okay, so I feel like for a sequel it was really not bad. However, I had high expectations then for book 3, because for me, when it comes to trilogies or series that are longer than 2 books, what usually happens is that book 1 is a high, book 2 takes a dip, and then the rise comes again on book 3, especially if it's a trilogy, right? So it's usually this is what I've noticed as a high, low, high. However, in this situation, it was a high, then it kept going down, and it is not something that I like. However, it being a dystopian YA book, which touches on a lot to do with humanity, desire, power, and how easy it is for us to tip, right? To just find ourselves tipping over a very, very, very thin line when it comes to power, like I'm saying, and class. It is an exceptionally well done series. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself well. However, I do not know if this prequel was really necessary. This is my sentiment about it, and as a result, it took me quite a bit to get through it. I was listening to this one only and exclusively via audio because I do not have the hard copy of the 4th book. I am looking for it on paperback because my collection is in paperback. I've been seeing it in hardback, and when it's a series, I don't mind doing that with authors, right? Changing it up. As a result, some of my collections are kind of messed up. I don't mind having an author in like trade bag and then paperback, etc. But when it's a series, I really definitely need it to be the same size and the same kind of feel to it in terms of the cover, the art, etc. So I'm not finding it in paperback yet. I am on the lookout. However, like I'm saying, I don't know how attached I am to the series, so it might end up not being one that I keep. I did rate this one a 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the next book that I did pick up was for the Azania book club. So this was the book that we had chosen for that period, and this is The Bread the Devil Need by Lisa Ellen Agostini. This is a Caribbean author, and I absolutely love this one. So I didn't have a copy, so I didn't have a copy when I was reading this, so I definitely read it off script via ebook because there was no audio to it. And I am very proud of myself for finishing an ebook on my phone, okay? Because my difficulty in the past few years since my iPad got stolen is that I am struggling to read ebooks off of my phone. So I do definitely require a bigger device for me to enjoy that kind of platform. So I had tried with another book for the Azania book club, but I struggled to finish it in that format. But this was so good. This here thing was so good. So this one, like I'm saying, is a Caribbean author. I want to see if it's a debut, okay? I am not certain if this is Lisa's debut or not, but we follow Girlie, who comes from a very, very intricate background in terms of her family background and what happened to her throughout her life from a young kid to a grown up, and how she navigates the romantic relationships as a result of what has happened in her life, right? And just when you feel like you've heard it all about how just unjust her life has been, you still somehow, Lisa still gives you more to shatter your heart, right? I will give you the art trigger warnings, obviously, with this one, those being domestic abuse, sexual abuse, and I don't know if the rest of it is not going to be spoiler if I use it as a trigger, but just go into this one a little bit careful. However, it is written so well. I absolutely even love, I don't know if you want to call it patois, the way in which it's written, right? Because Girlie is not an educated narrator in terms of didn't go through a proper system of formal education. So in the way in which she will speak her English to you, it will be reflected, which I feel Lisa did so well. It is part of the things that I loved most about this story, because I could then relate so well with her vulnerabilities, her navigation of life, etc., just by the way in which she articulated herself. I don't know if that makes sense. So apparently The Bread the Devil Need is definitely a Caribbean slogan that relates to if somebody says to you, you're going to eat the bread that the devil need, it means that you're going to eat misery. So your life will be filled with misery. This is the thing that you're going to nourish yourself with, basically, because you have called misery upon yourself. However, I do believe that there may be different ways in which this title can be interpreted, and I think especially when you are reading it without the knowledge of what the actual saying is, in the sense that so much evil occurs in this book, right, from a human point of view, in terms of how humans have that potential to just be a little bit on the, you know, everybody has, not everybody, most people do believe that human beings are good at heart. I am one of those people, but I also believe that once they have gone bad, that there is a very fine line between evil and just being a bad person, if you hear what I'm trying to say. So there is an occasion here where certain characters have actually flirted a lot with that line, and for me, I have come to interpret the title to being that they are the products of the devil's own hand. They are the bread that the devil need. Okay, so it depends. I feel like literature is definitely up for interpretation, so you might agree and you might not agree, but I definitely could associate the title with that. And I absolutely love this book. I don't know if I could rave enough about it. It was a while back when I read it, but I definitely did leave little pointers on my IG stories as well as on my Twitter on the moments that I actually enjoyed. And it also does look into that whole idea of why do abused women not leave. I think that part of it, Lisa did so well. So well. I ended up rating this one a 4.5 stars. And in the last book that I read in July, needs absolutely no introduction. I have done a what do you call it, a review on this channel on Bolu Babalola's debut novel, Honey and Spice, which came out on the 21st of July. To say that I love this is the understatement of the year. This has been my best romance read this year. I undoubtedly and strongly gave it a very powerful 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed every single thing that she did with this, from the pop culture through to the music that she references throughout this whole book, the characters and how she developed them, the friendships, the romance, and obviously my guy Malachi. Thank you. I feel like I've got a book boyfriend, even though it feels so weird because he's so young, but you know what, I get it. I appreciate Malachi. I appreciate this fine black man here. And also one of the things that was loud for me, that landed well on my heart, is the fact that I was craving a black on black romance, and she gave me everything that I wanted out of a story of that nature. Very little trauma, a lot of self-discovery, a lot of giving each other room to become who we want to be within a romantic setup, a lot of you will disappoint me but I will stay, a lot of young, especially because it is a new adult, I suppose, new adults trying to navigate life also within this quest for partnership, for romance. I think she really handles the topic so well. I am looking forward to everything else that is gonna come out of here. And if you've read this book, okay, I mean out of Bolu, because so far she hasn't disappointed. You guys know all about the short stories that she did, right? Love in Color, I want to say 2020. So there is a book within a book here, right, that she references, which is like a high fantasy kind of romance series, giving what kind of vibes, you know. She better, like, all I'm trying to say with this, and I think I have said it enough on my socials as well, is that she better give us, it's called The Reign of Afokaya, of Kofaya. Listen, I've forgotten what it's called, but it's the reign of somebody, right, of a certain African queen. Bolu better give us that book. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I'm saying this one was an easy 5 out of 5 stars for me. I hope you enjoyed this wrap up. Let me know if you've read any of those books that I've read, and if you had different sentiments to them. Let's have a discussion down below. Obviously, I always want to say, whenever I'm asking for discussion around a book that other people might have read or we've read in common, that the aim is not to convince each other whether the book was great or that the book was awful. We are here to just give each other like a little bit of insight into things that maybe we didn't see that you might have seen, or that I'd seen that you didn't see, if you get what I'm trying to say. But purely literature is for enjoyment, and how you enjoy a thing is also made up of who you are as a person as well, and what informs that. But let me not get into all of those intricacies. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you very much for spending time with me. Until next time, I love you very much for choosing me, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.